I've won and lost against the best. This old road's been a hell of a test. But I'm still driving, I ain't slowing down. There's rules I'd love to break and bend, mistakes I've made again and again. But I tell you this, my friends, I'm still around. I hit it hard, man, so far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man, till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, live at large. I hit it hard.
Hello again, friends, and welcome to a tradition unlike any other. Average Goats is back, Season 1, Episode 5. I'm Pappy, back with the Hanger Brothers. How you guys doing?
Good to be back, Pappy.
Masters week, man.
Big week.
Masters week. This is the best week of my life every year. This is what I look forward to. I think you guys kind of know that. And, yeah, very exciting stuff. Going into the Masters now, the hot name that everybody's talking about is Mr. Jordan Spieth. He's back. Michael, easy, put down your smoking gun. It's his first win since being married, everybody's talking about. But he wins the Valero Texas Open, and he is the guy. Him and JT, everybody's kind of saying, what did you guys think about that Valero Texas Open and him getting off the cold pile?
Good to see him get off the schneid, as they call it. He's been trending in the right direction this season, right, and been close. So I like Jordan. It's good to see him get over that hump and break that. I think he could be dangerous now going forward just because he's got a little confidence, and he looked confident out there hitting the ball. That little wedge shot he hit, that's the one that sticks out in my mind out of the dirt over there. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I pretty much only watched the last hole of the Valero Texas Open.
That's cool.
So what he's saying, he's prepared, folks. Keep listening.
Yeah. He looked a little shaky, obviously, on that hole, finishing up. Hit his layup shot there to the left. I don't know if that was intentional, but seemed like it was about maybe 30 to 40 yards offline of what he intended. So.
Yeah, the way they were talking about it on TV, I was kind of wondering, what's the big – I don't know.
You're
up
struggling
two.
With?
Hit the 3-wood up there.
Yeah.
You did it the day before, and everybody acts shocked like he got it there. It's not like he's a short hitter.
No.
He's above average.
And I think that's what he was telling his caddy was, I can take a 3-wood and just pump it into the stands and get a free drop.
Correct, rather than deal with the bunkers and all the other stuff. And yeah, so I didn't get that. Usually that's a pretty good duo of them two, him and Michael on the bag. But
yeah,
no, it's very good. I think golf is in a lot better place when Jordan Spieth is winning or at the top of the leaderboard.
I
regularly.
think it's good too for Under Armour, right? Because they can put him back out there now instead of Steph Curry for promoting golf as well.
How soon they forget that Jordan Spieth was like the main man with Under Armour in their golf division.
Yeah.
But something about Jordan Spieth that's kind of, he had the hot putter when he was really on. It seemed like he would make everything, and he's kind of got the, he would once in a while he would do the stare at the hole thing or the kind of the modified left-hand low thing with his grip, but his swing. And he's a great player. I love watching him. There's just something about that follow through and the kind of chicken wing and the stay it off thing.
I had heard years ago,
Buffalo or Parmesan garlic.
Years ago when he was winning, that he actually kind of uses the ground to help score the club up when he comes through. So then he kind of loose grip, hits the ground, and then that's why he's got that chicken wing finish because he kind of re-grabs it after impact, which is kind of weird, but clearly works.
And he's one of the best golfers.
Yeah, clearly works.
That's insane.
Yeah, but also probably translates over to his wedge game because, he hits wedges like I saw Brandel talking about it on Twitter. Phil and Jordan are two guys that, everybody talks about the bounce, and Brandel's saying these guys use the leading edge a little bit more than most do. So I'm sure that translates over on that too, squaring it up and all that jazz. So.
I'm not getting suckered back into a conversation about grind on my wedges.
No, but with Spieth, though, being first victory since he's been married, right? Let's go back to that.
3 minutes into it, bam, told you.
And I'm saying that because in an article, I think over the weekend or during the tournament, there was, questions about, the struggles that he's been going through and the game not being there. And I don't know if they asked his wife or basically Jordan alluded to, my wife told me that I'm here to support you, whatever you need to do to basically get back to where you were with it from a golf perspective. I think that has a lot to do with it. So she's basically saying, freeing him, go play, get back there mentally, all of that stuff.
Let him eat cake too.
Let's give that a little credit.
So it's funny you bring that up. I'm watching the end of the tournament, and they talk about that. Is that what you're talking about, the wife and saying you got to do what you got to do in the interview?
Yeah.
And I actually turned to my wife and I go, that really irritates me. And she goes, oh my, what now? She's his high school sweetheart. So
Yeah.
this whole, I'm a
Been together
avid golfer.
forever.
I grind. I got to hit thousands of golf balls and play rounds and practice and media. This is nothing new to her. And everybody wants to talk to her like she's some like,
Had to get used to it.
oh my God, the best golf wife ever. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? The guy's won multiple majors. I'm sorry. That guy was just like, what are we going to do? We're going to have a tag day for her, pass the boot, get her some extra money for being a good wife. I did not get that at all. And seriously, my wife was like, you're really getting pissed about this? I'm like, yeah, I actually am. Like, he grinded, and I get it's a support team, but I thought they blew that up a little too much.
Yeah, they're just trying to come up with a story.
High school sweetheart. This isn't nothing new. Like,
Yeah.
this is what they do.
He's been playing golf daily since
I'm sure Greller's
Since they met.
Greller's thrilled though, because he gets a nice little paycheck finally, right after a few years of
depends
just
on
taking
if
a smaller
Spe-
cut.
Depends on if Spieth's like Kuchar or not.
Yeah, true.
I don't think Spieth's like Kuchar.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, deep pockets, short arms, Mr. T-Rex over there
But
with his tipping of caddies.
we'll definitely get to see more action on Spieth this week, I think, at the Masters, with following the victory and him and Greller back and forth, which is always fun.
Well, since you're already doing your hot takes this early in the show, were you excited about Lucas Glover coming back?
I mean, it's nice to see him play well on the weekend.
Yeah.
He had a good day Sunday. He was just too many shots back. Same with Charlie. Charlie played well Sunday. Was just too many shots. 2 shots back, I think, going in.
I was hoping
And he finished
Charlie would
2 back.
stuff it on 18 on that second shot.
oh, really make him nervous about the layup? That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Just
And
a
I
little
like
bit on
Charlie.
the pole.
I don't mind Charlie. I wish Charlie almost would have won just because he would have got into the Masters. And he usually plays well Thursday and Friday. So
Yeah, that is kind of a bummer. I just think the whole Lucas Glover thing, you watch him, they all talk about his ball striking. It doesn't look textbook to me, or I would much rather, like, if I had to pick, I would choose, like, Adam Scott's swing over his.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
for
There's
sure.
other swings than
Yeah.
his, but they all talk about how a great ball striker he is.
Yeah, I don't know how that makes sense. I would think Sergio, Adam Scott, those guys that are just extremely technical.
But here we are. We're watching it on the big man screen here in the background, and Bryson's doing his little thing. We were texting about this earlier about the speed drill he's doing to get his
MC.
speed up. He was doing on Monday night where he was just swinging as hard as he could, and he
DJ,
wouldn't
or
even watch.
VJ was watching.
Oh yeah, VJ was all about it, and VJ tried to sneak him a bottle of deer antler ointment.
Yeah, that's great.
Fever tranquilizer.
Yeah. But what do you guys think about this thing he does for the speed? He does it on Monday, and then yesterday he was so tired from his speed drill late Monday, he couldn't really practice yesterday. Can you? I don't understand that.
I don't get it. Exhausting yourself to. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish to do on the golf course, I guess.
I mean,
don't- I
it
don't
looks
get
like
it.
a
You're
long
here.
drive weekend instead of the Masters with him out there just pumping them like crazy.
Well, the part I didn't get about it is like you're here. It's that week, isn't this is almost like cramming for a test you know you're not prepared for. It kind of came across to me like, what more are you going to do at speed and distance that you haven't already done? Like you
Other
drove the
than-
par 5 at Bay Hill. What more can we do?
Yeah.
Other than potentially strain a muscle and doing
Right.
these crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to do the old Dustin Johnson at the rental home and trip over a duffel bag and fall down the stairs and
Yeah.
jack up your back. But
I don't know. My buddy Kyle loves it. He's all on the Bryson Speed fan, He's just pumping them like crazy. He's actually trying to accomplish the same thing. So
Kyle's swinging like that too.
yeah, he's just a madman out of his shoes.
is he out
So-
there with his tracer all the time too?
No, he got it set up in his garage, but he said he hit. He sent me a picture. 176 ball speed is what he hit the other day. So
He's a little
Getting there.
ripped. He's a little ripped though. Too.
he's chasing it, Bryson style. I
Unreal.
can't wait to. I'm gonna get a clip of him on the range this summer trying to repeat this.
I
Did you
can't.
get-
I can't wait till he misses the cut.
I can't wait till he
He's
tops
He's gonna
one.
miss the cut,
I
guys.
actually just told my
There's no
two
way he
guys.
misses the cut at this Masters.
no.
No,
I mean, he's playing well.
I
I'll
personally
give him
think this
that.
is one of the easier cuts to make in a major.
Yeah.
Well, definitely in a major, but in a tournament almost because I don't know if they do the 10-shot rule anymore. But you got to remember, you got all these old time like Ian Woosnam's playing in this. Didn't he quit 2 years ago? 2019,
Yeah,
he
he
was
took a
crying.
couple
Oh, I'm
years.
done.
He had some injuries.
Yeah, but he said this is
He
my
said
last one. I'm old. I
he's
can't
healthy
compete.
now.
Now he's
I,
back.
I did read an
Yeah.
article on that too. He said it just depends on how my back feels, you know.
Yeah.
And it was talking about all these guys that say, "Oh, I'm done," and then the Masters rolls around and their back's
Yeah.
feeling fine, right? So
No, but he was like done. He did like the farewell because every year you get one. Like in 15,
Yeah.
it was Ben Crenshaw, and it was cool because Spieth wins his first Masters finally, and
Yeah.
you know,
Te-
Jack's
two
last
Texas guys.
Master in 05, Tiger wins it.
Yeah.
He leaves, and it's like Oh, I'm back. Don't get to come back. You retired from it. And nobody wants to see you. I'm sorry. And you're bringing down the field, but I just think this is
Sandy Lyle too.
I think Bryson probably learned a few things from last year. I did love seeing him looking for golf balls all over the place last year at Augusta. So I think he probably picked a few things up from that, where to hit, where not to hit. But
Obviously, the two biggest components at Augusta are the playing conditions, the weather, and then the greens.
Duval and Oberholzer on the Golf Channel said he is not winning this year. He's not ready yet.
Who's that? Ian
Bryson.
Wisdom?
No, Bryson. Bryson.
He's not winning the Masters this year?
No, he's not
There was
ready.
a really cool comparison last night. I think at one of the nights, and again, it was my guy Brandel Chambly. I can't stand him, but it was Bryson versus Tony Finau in 2019. Did you guys see that? And they're like Stokes game putting was pretty close. Everything was pretty close, and then it was about how he made the decision to beef up and do this thing for speed, and how his numbers have improved drastically, and Tony Finau's numbers have kind of stayed the same, but his rankings have dropped in all these different categories because he wasn't saying he's like resting on his laurels, but he hasn't taken the next step to keep grinding and keep getting better. It's
To
kind of
improve.
interesting. Very interesting stuff. But we are here. We got magnolias, we got azaleas, we got cheese and pimento sandwiches. You know, so who are you guys liking this week for to take home the green jacket on Sunday night?
Is it my pick first?
Yes.
Since I'm bottom of the barrel. I'm gonna. My picks have been so awful.
You're gonna go way outside the
That
box this time.
this week I'm letting somebody else choose for me. So my buddy Ricky Earp out in Vegas, I'm letting him make my pick for me, and he's telling me to bet Rahm. So John Rahm's.
I'll take that bet. How much you want to bet?
He's trying to.
Rahm just had a kid. He's gonna be feeling all relaxed.
Yeah, right. He's going to
So-
oversleep and miss his tea time because he's not going to have to get up and change a
Yeah,
diaper.
But I can't ask him for a pick and then not take it. So I'm
Okay.
going.
Well,
Ricky Earp says go John Rahm.
Rondom.
Well, for this one, let's get a little crazy and let's do it like a dark horse too.
Okay.
Pick
I
like,
like that.
pick like you're
All right.
way out there.
Even though I did put $10 on Abraham Answer on FanDuel,
I didn't even know he was playing in this.
I'm gonna go
He's got a
Burger.
new set of irons. In the
Daniel
bag this
Berger is my
Daniel
dark horse.
Burger.
week. Burger. Huh?
What's
Yeah.
for the champions dinner? Burgers.
with the Pappy special.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
2 weeks ago. Ketchup mayo on a burger or whatever you ketchup mustard.
Oh, ketchup and mustard. You want yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you want me to make an Arnold Palmer drink, you just mix the ketchup with the mustard. Yes. No, that is me. Yeah, for sure. So, Joel, who are you liking for your picks?
I'm gonna go.
Were you gonna go Rahm? Did I take your pick?
No. He's not even gonna make the cut.
Him and Bryson.
Apparently nobody's
They're
making
out.
the cut.
Yeah.
Joel's got a better chance of making the cut.
Joel thinks it's going to be Sandy Lau against Ian Woosnam on the back
Who
nine
you
on
going?
Sunday.
Bernhard?
I'm gonna. He beat Bryson last year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Paul Casey
Wow. Okay.
and I'll go with JT just to give me a.
That's your dark horse?
Yeah.
The hottest player coming into the tournament?
So who was your primary pick?
Casey.
Paul Casey,
Yep.
and then JT is your dark horse.
I think
that
you gotta
doesn't even
flip
seem
flop
like
it. I think you got to
yeah.
flip
That doesn't
flop
even
it.
seem like.
That's what I'm going with.
Well, what if Pappy was going to pick JT as his primary?
I wouldn't be surprised because you guys always typically pick top 4 players in the world for
I'm
your
not.
picks.
I mean, how can you go wrong with
typically
JT?
Don't actually. He was out of the top 4 when I picked him to win a couple weeks ago. But we're not bragging about that still. So I'm gonna go.
Fine, I'll flip flop him. I'll go JT as my.
There
main.
you go.
That
I'll
makes
go
us feel better.
Paul
Okay.
Casey is.
And the rest of the fans listening to Average Goats probably feel better about that too.
Well, I had a
Absolutely.
lot more confidence in Paul Casey.
Over JT, who just won the Players.
He's coming off a high still.
No way.
Pappy?
I was really hoping Charlie Hoffman was going to come back and win the tournament and kind of not let Jordan Spieth lay off the gas of getting back to the winner's circle. He's been my pick all winter. I was telling you guys earlier, I put a big chunk of change on him late January with some really good odds with a buddy of mine. So I'm going Jordan Spieth. I think he gets the second jacket. And the more I think about it, he could have been the first 3-time winner. He should have won 14,
Yeah.
then he gets the one at 15, and then he should have won 16, which is kind of crazy. But it is what it is, and I think he's going to make up for it. I think getting over the hump now, and with the support of his wife, how can he not win
I
the
know.
Masters, right?
She's right there for him.
Yeah. Doing,
Just think about
high
how
school
our golf
sweetheart.
games
We
would be.
couldn't do it without the support of our wives and knowing that
No,
we-
not at
knowing
all.
that we
My
get to
golf
play,
game has
guys.
always benefited from the full support of
Yes.
my wife.
Full support. Just allowing you to go out and play,
Just
kind of whenever you wanted.
yep.
It's just nice.
So my dark horse, I don't know what you guys are doing there, but I'm going to back off. That's toxic nuclear to me. But dark horse, I don't know why, but I really have a feeling this year we're not going to have a first-time Masters winner. I think it's going to be a repeater. I think it's going to be someone putting a second or third green jacket.
So you're
And
going with Bubba.
I am. I don't know what it is about Bubba, but the last couple months, his game has been improving, and then he played really good at the match play.
You watched the special on him, didn't you?
So I did see that, and that it kind of pulled at some of my strings. I felt
It
bad
did.
for him
It
because
did.
sometimes you're just kind of like, first off, I'm just going to say I am a Bubba fan, big Bubba fan, ugliest crier on the planet.
Oh my!
I'm
He
surprised he
wins.
didn't cry in that special yesterday.
They almost had him.
I
They
missed
did?
the
They
special.
almost had him.
What happened on the special? I missed it.
What's his name from the Golf Channel? Did like
Rich Lerner.
Jaime Diaz.
No, it wasn't him.
Jaime.
So, anyways, one of those guys, not Brandel,
Yeah,
did an interview and he talked about his anxiety, right, Joel?
yeah, he had trouble, getting over the fame and all the attention on social media and people dogging him on social media and
Well, didn't he bring some of that on himself? I mean, Golf Boys. Don't you guys remember the Golf Boys?
yeah, but he said
It wasn't about that. It was more the negative comments
Yeah,
on social
negative.
media.
because
So
some of it
he
because
looks
of
at
those
social media a
videos.
lot. Then, huh?
He did,
Some of these guys don't even bother.
but then
I don't believe any of that. I think
Handler.
they all look at it.
Handler.
No.
yeah. But then it got into advertising for the CBD companies using stuff. Did you see that?
Is that what it turned into?
It kind of went that
I mean,
way.
he name dropped what he used for his
Yes,
anxiety.
which was CBD or
Oh,
Right, it's
nice. He
CBD.
got that out there. Maybe he had to.
But he basically like leads into like almost like an advertisement for that. It was kind of weird.
I didn't think he went that far. I thought it was really interesting because he went down to 165 pounds or something like that. He's 6'3",
Yeah,
6'4".
And
He told
Thought
his
he was dying.
and he told his wife that, hey, I'm ready to be done playing golf.
end of the
quick,
road,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, and she said, "Do you love it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." Then you can't quit.
Yeah. Then get mentally tough. Come on.
So I don't want to get gushy here for a couple minutes, but I kind of
Gushy.
yeah, or sentimental.
Little
whatever.
tears in his eyes, I guess.
No tears in my eyes, but Bubba's and they're ugly tears. But he, when he was talking about the anxiety and that, and him reading the social media, and like, I kind of get it because like superintendents get it. Like when someone says something, do you know that sucks over there on hole 2? Yeah, no shit. I'm out here every day. I know it sucks over there. I'm working on it. I'm good. We're gonna get to it. It's on the list. Oh, whatever. And you get wherever you are, club, uni, whatever. There's always that guy that knows more about it, and we get it. But you put on a tough face, and it kind of gets at you. So
Yeah.
then when you do
Oh,
it
sure.
for years and in different places and all that, you can act like a tough guy and be like, go pound sand or F you. It doesn't bother me. But it does. And late at
Yeah.
night. So I can only imagine on a stage like that where this guy is, multi-major winner.
Jeez, so now I know what it feels like when I send him text.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even want to know your name is in my phone.
Yeah. No, that's understandable though. That
Yeah.
correlation. I get that fully.
And I think it's really cool. I think he does a lot of stuff in his community, which I
Yeah.
like. He does.
He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Gives back too.
And I don't think it's like the candy shop he has. I think that's just more of a novelty thing
Fun thing.
fun thing. He's not going to make money on it, but
Kids.
it's just there for the community and the kids. And so I like it. I'm going to say he's my dark horse. Bubba Watson
All
is
right,
back in the
mark it
hunt.
down.
Write that
Think
down.
it'd
I mean,
be
it's
really
good
cool.
for the game to see Bubba playing well too. I mean,
Yeah,
you he's fun to watch. He
He's
hits
fun.
it's love to watch him shape the golf ball. He says I never tried to hit
Never t-
anything straight.
Never taken a lesson.
Yeah, and that wild pitching wedge that he hit out of the pines on 10
Oh, in the playoff for his first
yeah,
one?
was
160 yards and it had
Unbelievable.
a 40,
I thought it was
40,
138.
40-yard hook or something.
Yeah, it was something
Unbelievable.
stupid.
52 yards.
Was it wasn't a pitching wedge then? It was probably like a
No, it was a sand wedge or a gap
50.
wedge or something.
Yeah.
or a sand wedge.
Yeah,
it's
I
just
mean, I
one of
think they have
those
a
shots.
plate. They have a plate down in those pines where that shot happened.
yeah.
So
So here's the next question for you, both
Yeah.
of you. I know Michael obviously has never been. Have you been?
I've been 3 times.
Do you get an opportunity to go with being a member of the
Well,
superintendents?
yeah. So not all superintendents. You have to be Class A, which I am. So yeah, I can get in. Not this year. When everything's go back to normal.
Open? You get a ticket?
Yeah, you got to go to. You don't write it. You got to show up, and you go to a certain. There's a certain gate. I'm not
Gate.
going to tell you the gate number.
Yeah.
And there's a little booth set up, and then you got to show your photo ID, and you got to show your card. No, seriously.
Oh,
This
we had something
We're
special
partners here.
going here.
well, here's the thing, though.
Can't
Like,
tell you guys.
If you,
first time some goofy stuff happens, you're banned for life.
Yeah, I'm
They
sure.
they
Take
don't.
your shit,
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. But no, the first time we went, my dad actually won the ticket lottery.
Oh, nice.
And so, you put in, what days, blah, 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 blah. And we got lucky. We got 4 tickets for Wednesday. So we went and we
Sweet.
walked the front 9.
par 3.
And then we did the par 3, which was awesome. And then we walked the back 9. And I'm going to tell you right now, I can tell you about my first trip to Augusta. You wouldn't believe half the stuff that happened to us that day. It was awesome.
Oh,
It was awesome.
Yeah?
You're literally standing there at the putting green. Well, when we go to the gift shop, this guy next to me sends like $28,000. He's buying boxes of hats. It's insane.
Wow.
And I thought, I spent like $800. I'm like, whoo, I'm a college kid. I'm like, man, I got my tax money and it was all like that. And this guy's in front of me. That'll be $28,000. I'm like, holy
oh yeah.
shit.
It's nuts there. We went, me and a buddy from Valpo that I went to college with went to the women's event, the first in 2019.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So he won the lottery and he got 2 tickets and we both went and it was a neat experience because admission there was only like 25% of typical capacity there for the women's event, so it was like limited. You could walk around anywhere. We walked the entire course. The peach cookie ice cream sandwiches or whatever. Oh my gosh! Everybody talks about the pimento and cheese sandwiches, but those are delicious.
So do you have anything to add about the golf course rather than the
The golf course, you cannot
ice cream
believe.
sandwich?
Pappy would attest to this. TV doesn't do it justice.
No, it's cliche to say, but you're absolutely right.
It is. There's so much undulation. These sections on some of these greens are just so small that they're only like 5 by 5 or 10 by 10, and they were literally just built so they could put a pin there, and that's it. I think it's hole 8, where you always see the guys coming from the front, and you can basically hit it right in the middle, and it sucks back to the pin like 30 feet. That undulation is crazy. How much undulation is there? Just the size of the greens. Like I said, some of them you're like, man, this is really huge, and then some of them you're like, oh my gosh, this little peninsula over here, they put a pin right there.
Yeah, the 6th hole, the par 3 is the
Yeah.
one, the back right one that they usually have like on Saturday or something
Yeah.
like that. It's like nothing's there.
Yeah, and I can in playing it myself, not playing Augusta, but in playing a similar course that's set up for like tours. I played Olympia Fields, and they did that one par 3 redesign there for the tour only. For 13,
Okay.
the back right little section, it's like a 5 by 8 little section that was just put in for the tour because they wanted another pin location, and you can't hit it there. I mean, it's just so small.
Right. Yeah, no. I think the most that made me like, oh my God, was walking down 10.
Just the
yeah,
drop?
The drop in elevation.
I mean, there's a drop there on TV, but when you're there, you're like, what in the world
Yeah.
is this? And I was watching something, I don't know. It's nonstop Masters coverage now, but from the 10th tee to Rays Creek in front of 12, it's like it's a larger drop than the Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
So when they're talking undulation, it's unreal.
That's crazy. I was trying to find, I saw on Twitter earlier today, I can't find it now, but there was a gal that went to the ladies amateur this year, and she wore her Fitbit and was talking about steps and heart rate, all this other stuff, and just to try to give people an idea. And it was like 13,000 some steps, I think, walking pretty much just straight line tee to green each hole.
Well, hell, getting into the facility is that many steps. It takes a few steps to get in.
Oh, you weren't
From
into
the,
were you
no,
at
I
the new
didn't
parking
get.
lot?
I didn't get the special parking.
I don't have a special parking lot.
Yeah.
But the new parking lot's pretty close.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was a far walk.
So what? 28,000. You said it was a special day. What else happened that first day?
Oh man, so we run, right. You go past the big scoreboard. We went right to the putting green.
Putting green's right
And
there.
back then, I don't know if it's still like this. There's no rope line that they walk between from the clubhouse to the
No.
putting green. So they're just walking out through the masses of people.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm watching Greg Norman. I was a big Greg Norman fan as a kid. And I'm on the line. I'm just watching and watching and watching. My dad and my uncle are there, and my mom and my aunt are there. And they, this guy taps my dad and my uncle, "Excuse me, can I get by?" And they're like on the rope. And my uncle like turns around and goes, "What?" And my dad turns around and goes, "Holy shit, it's Freddie Couples." And it was Freddie. He wanted to go putt a couple. And so he goes out there. He was BSing with the shark. But it's cool how close you get to them there, too. You would think you're going to be much further away and all that. But, yeah, when we were walking down 10 fairway, we got down towards the end. And Ken Venturi used to be one of the announcers. He was, a great golfer. And I was just like, "Hey, Mr. Venturi, I played in a junior tournament at this place on the south side of Chicago where you won a tournament." He goes, "Oh, yeah. Wait right over there." So we went down by the green, and sure as not, here came him and Jim Nance. Him and Jim Nance came over, and Hootie Johnson was with him, and they signed all of our hats for us and all that stuff.
Wasn't like Arnold, huh?
No.
Your boy.
So I'll get to the Arnold Palmer Augusta story. There is one.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Here to Augusta.
Poor guy.
But we went to the driving range. We met Craig Stadler. I mean, I got a hat covered in autographs. It was unbelievable. The place is just unreal.
The place is unreal, but the place is also, they just have built it to print money. I mean, the merchandise,
Well,
the
yeah, if
whole
you're buying $28,000.
But they're not gouging you.
No.
No, they're-
pricing is
You get, lunch, you get lunch
awesome.
for $10 pretty much.
Pricing
$2
is aw-
sandwich, right?
Pricing is awesome. Even on merchandise, pricing is
Yes.
good.
Green wrappers, right? Green cups, green wrappers.
Everything is printed to Augusta National. It's crazy how much they have privatized their own brand, which they should. But the other thing that was cool, and I don't know, when was the last time you were there?
Probably about 10, 12 years ago.
Did they have the whole UPS set up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ship it
They've
home.
had that since day one. You can
Have
go
they?
right to the thing, or not day one, but since the first time I went, when you
Okay.
walk out of the gift shop, you can
That is awesome.
UPS or
So-
FedEx too, right?
I don't know if it's FedEx.
Do you get just one ticket as a superintendent, or do you get a guest?
No.
Just
I
asking
don't.
for a friend.
No. They used to allow spouses, but
Well, we can.
Georgia frowns upon what you were thinking right now, so we're out. For the right price, I would have done it, but Georgia definitely is not allowing that. It's closer to Indiana regulations than.
Oh shoot.
But yeah, no, it was when you're there too. Like we were saying, you get lunch. It's unreal. It's like $3.50 for a chicken breast sandwich, and it's
Yeah.
huge. And
Yeah.
a draft beer was like $2 maybe, but
So like a Legion price, huh?
It is honestly. I mean, it's
I played TPC Deer Run, and for like a hot dog and chips at the turn with a Coke was like $12.50
yeah.
for a regular hot dog. It wasn't like no massive
Not
hot
even
dog.
an all beef.
No, yeah, no. They probably didn't even change the water out of the steamer. So
So you can get 6 draft beers for $12 essentially, right?
Yeah.
And a 6-pack at a lot of these places you go to now. Who
$30.
Who just told us?
36.
Were we having the conversation?
It's $37.
No, it was like $66. Somebody said they just got charged for a 6-pack, but I don't remember where it was.
not me.
That's crazy.
Not me. I would have went down to the ABC or the liquor store and just stuck it back in my bag and
Yep.
drank warm beer.
That's
the
why
rest
you
of the
always
day.
got to have that bottle in the bag.
Oh, birdie
All right.
bottle?
No more 6-pack. Just give me a lemonade or a
Right.
Coke or something.
What's interesting about the merchandise building, though, is like people that have been there before know where to go for like the specialized items
Yep.
that are, you
And
know,
they get swooped up right away.
and they get taken up right away. And my buddy who had been before, he knew where all that stuff was. So like the Scotty Cameron
Yep.
specials and stuff. And we went back there, and the lady's like, "Sorry, we're all out." And the next thing you know, like within like 5 or 10 minutes, they put more out there. So they're just
They're
kind
trying
of
to pace it.
yeah. So it was pretty cool. You know, I got a couple ball markers and stuff like that.
He's a Bettinardi guy. What was
He's just going to get them and resell them.
Oh, one of those.
one of those guys?
Not a-
Huh, Dane?
I need this. I need this for this eternal memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
But going back to the UPS shipping at home thing, so the big thing about the Masters is that or some people know is the gnomes. You know what I'm talking
Yep.
about. So I got one and shipped it back home, and not checking anything when it got home because I would never plan to take it out of the box in the first place, and just leave it in there. I took it out maybe like 10 months later.
Cracked.
The feet had cracked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue.
I did.
Not for your hair.
I did. It's
Yeah,
for your
yeah,
gnome
I've
feet.
heard not for your hair.
For your gnome feet.
I did. It's in the office. It's over in
Okay.
the office. So
All right,
Made
that-
it
it looks fine.
I found that. I shared that article on our Average Coach Facebook page about the walking around with the Fitbit. And it was this Rachel Blyer, I believe, 13,905 steps. She burned 2,072 calories. That's a lot of calories burned just walking
Yeah.
in a straight line. So that tells you about the ups and downs. Sorry, found that.
Oh, absolutely. It is the second toughest course I've ever walked.
Yeah,
The first one being Aaron Hills.
that's a doozy. I've
Aaron
heard,
Hills,
too.
you do about 10 miles that day.
Playing there or watching?
Yeah, playing. It was about 10 miles.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So,
It was the first course I've ever walked not playing golf, and I had to take breaks just
Lot
Just-
of gas.
just to get
Oh,
it
for
because
sure.
you're out of gas.
I mean, well, you brought up the 8th hole earlier. You just see him hitting at that fairway bunker
Oh,
on that
you're
par
right.
5, and then you're going uphill the second half of the hole, and
Yeah,
that's a pretty good hike too. But yeah, it's unreal.
gotta
I
stop.
just-
Is that ticker still working? About to thump out of your chest?
That and it's kind of cliche, but nothing seems out of place. Most people say it, but it's true. Nothing is out of place. All the pine needles and stuff,
Perfectly
they're all
placed.
perfectly placed.
Attention to
Um,
detail, right? Every single thing.
That another thing that they've done more recently is to the right of hole 11, they've started to spray paint or whatever kind of paint they use that walkway that's to the right of the trees.
Mhm.
They started to use either a paint or they used a colored type of brick dust or some sort.
Okay.
So
To
just
be green.
yeah, it's just nuts.
Well, one year I remember with all the rain, they had to put like a sand
Yeah,
walkway up there, and they tried to hide it on the TV coverage, but it came through a couple times.
It wasn't 2 years ago when it was a little rainy when that guy tried tripping Tiger, was it?
One of the stories I heard, like Augusta's lore, was after one of the playoffs, a guy ran out and on number 10 stole some of the bunker sand out of the fairway bunker that you kind of see that's kind of out of play.
How far did he make it?
He made it up to the 10th tee, walking back, and the cops were there waiting for him, and they arrested him. It was like something like $20,000 fine after he went to jail and everything.
That stings.
Yeah.
Hope he wasn't the one that bought 28,000 of merchandise. That's
And-
an expensive day.
Yeah, and he didn't get the sand
They
either.
just said put it back.
Yep, that's
Now the the officers probably got to keep that sand. They're like, oh, we'll take that.
probably not.
So something else Michael wouldn't know because he's
Although
never
it's
been
not
there.
sand, right?
Michael wouldn't know because he hasn't been there, but they have
Oh,
phones.
let's keep doing this. Let's
They-
keep rubbing it in his face.
They have phones all around.
Yeah, because you can't have a phone on property, right?
right, and you can just basically go pick up and call whoever you want.
But
For our young callers, there used to be these things called payphones, and you would put 35 cents in it when you could make a call.
somewhere the payphone bank is.
Yeah. Pager bank?
Not getting a cell on my pager.
Got a pager bank?
Yeah, no cell phones on property, which is cool
I'll go one of these days.
for sure. I enter every year.
So I'll
Never
tell
won.
you, the second time I went, true story. First time we were down there, we had to scalp a ticket, and it worked out. It was fine. It wasn't a fake. Got in, having a great day, and I started talking to some an older couple that had badges, and they're like, "Yeah, usually we don't stake around on Mondays and Tuesdays, but Wednesdays the par 3 is our family and friends thing. We always go to the par 3 and drink and picnic and hang out and just watch this and." So if you can go a day, I highly recommend Wednesday. I have no real interest of going for a tournament day.
No?
I don't
'Cause
either.
I don't want to. You're gonna miss something. I would think. Like TV coverage is so good
Yeah,
now.
especially there.
And there, it's so difficult to get into position to see groupings or people. I
mean-
wouldn't want to go to.
I mean,
an
think about it. The 12th hole is a
No.
158-yard par 3. They're hitting away from you, so you're 30 yards behind them. If you're in the front row, you're 200 yards from that, pretty much. I mean, it's just
now,
not
if I
worth
won
it.
a tournament round in the lottery, yeah, then I'd probably go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd muscle through it. I'd pain through it for sure. But they, so we're down there. And I'm talking to this couple, and true story. Told them, we won the thing. Oh yeah. Would you ever want to come back and go? Yeah, this is it. This is. I'm not a. I appreciate the U.S. Open, but when I was a kid putting, it was always to win the Masters. It wasn't to win the U.S. Open. I always wanted to
Night
win the
putting
Masters.
with
Right?
Dean's daughter.
Yeah. How'd you know? You there too? No. But they said a lot of people with the badges, they walk in the morning to get their exercise in as the course opens, and then they leave. So the next year, the second time I got into the Masters, we tried this theory out. My dad, myself, my uncle, and one of their friends. We drove down from Myrtle Beach through the morning, got there at about
Waited till the afternoon and got their badges.
no, not even afternoon. It's about maybe 9:30, 10 a.m. And we saw two older couples walking out, and I went up to them and gave them this story.
Spiel.
And I was like, "Hey, excuse me, can I ask you a question?" They're like, "Yeah, what's that? What's up?" And I was like, "Is it as
What's up,
is it as
buddy?"
good? Is it as good as they say it's in there?" And it's Monday, it's not crazy yet. And they go, "You've never been in?" I go, "No, we just drove down from Chicago. We're trying to,
Get in.
see this course for the first time." And they're like,
It's his third time in, but
"No, this is my second
I
time."
know. Okay.
And boom, they sold me the tickets. You want to know how much I paid?
$5.
$25 a ticket. That was it.
That's nice.
So
And we got in at 10 a.m. We were in and out.
let's backtrack for just a second.
Yep.
There's older couples going to this for exercise.
Yeah.
They're just walking around Augusta for
So once-
exercise. No interest in golf.
Because you have the
Once you're
badge,
in,
you're like
you're
a
in.
season ticket holder. You
You're in.
you get your daily tickets.
Yeah.
So you have your badge to move around, but you get your daily ticket to scan. And back then it worked. I don't know if it works anymore. Maybe when you scan now you can't leave. I don't know how it works. But
Yeah.
the first year I went, you were allowed at least one, if not two, rescans
Re-entries.
on your day because we were taking the merchandise out to our car.
Yeah.
And they might still allow that, for you, but it was, there's a lot of different little rules, but once you know them, it's a pretty cool tournament to get down to.
Yeah, we had some traffic obviously getting out, and so we had to go through some of the nicer subdivisions where all like the players rent houses and stuff.
Unreal, isn't it?
That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, we drove through there. It's pretty cool area.
What always blows me away is when they acquire some land adjoining them, the amount of money that they have, and they pay,
pay.
like $20 million plus for like an acre, 2 acres.
Well, how do you like the one couple that's not selling?
Yeah.
They're in the middle of like the parking lot.
Yeah.
They're like the last house. And their reasoning was like, yeah, they're going to give us these millions of dollars, but where would we go?
Yeah.
Like, where would you go? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole parking setup is pretty crazy too.
And aren't they trying to revitalize the local area too? I read yesterday.
Yeah, they're
Sorry to
doing a
say.
bunch. They're
The town.
they're just dumping money left and right into that area, and they
Yeah.
should because I'll be honest. The first time we went there,
Shithole.
It's,
we stayed at Red Roof Inn, and I think
Yeah.
there was like remember like those old Damon Sports Steakhouses. I think there
Yeah.
was one of those we ate
Oh,
at,
yeah.
and there wasn't much after that. But like Joel was saying, mansions. They'll have RVs in there. They're just big parties. They're hanging out at these houses. It's pretty cool.
JD's normally hanging out at the Hooters signing autographs
Yes,
for
he
20
was-
20 bucks.
Daily?
Yeah.
The first time we went was actually the rally for women. It was the Martha
really?
Burke.
Ah.
Yeah. So I actually have a button on the Masters towel we bought that year, and it says "I'm with Hootie," which you were not
I only
allowed.
want to be with you.
Well, yeah, not that Hootie,
I know.
but I do want to be with him. I'm a big fan of him, but you weren't allowed to wear those inside.
Really?
They wanted no part of it. They weren't grandstanding or saying this is
Saying which side they're going.
who's
on.
right, who's wrong, and I think since then they've been like the front runner, the people in the front for everything. They've
Yeah.
the things they do, the drive, chip, and putt. I'm watching that Sunday morning. I don't have kids yet, but
Yeah.
I'm watching that. And I'm like, what a cool experience this is. This is pretty.
Yeah, I usually try to tune into that too.
Did you see
Pretty
that
cool.
one? I don't know how old she was.
Plus these
The-
kids now, their swings, it's like,
Did you
holy
There's
see
a
that?
14-year-old kid that hit a 278.
Did
Yeah.
you see the girl that hit
Yeah,
her like
fucking
258?
Yeah,
There was a girl. She had
Yeah.
she was freaking swinging, man.
yeah. She was Lucy. I think it was her last
She
name
was tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
All right, 14, and hit it 278 off the drive with the driver. Hit Kyle's ball speed was what did I say 176. 176. That was a swing speed of 118, and the ball 293. What's this kid's swing speed at 14 years old? That's incredible.
probably
Well,
114.
a little bit more.
Agile.
Yeah,
than
and
we
you
are.
can turn more at that age too,
Yeah,
right?
not no average.
You're
girl.
saying we can't turn, Pappy?
trying to get Bonner to use some ground force here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole property. Did you eat at we ate at a well-known steakhouse or something.
Wasn't the
Yeah,
Damon's?
no, where you're supposed to bump into everybody.
Yeah.
Nah, I wasn't paying for that. We the one year we
It
actually
wasn't expensive. It was like
I was in college when I went.
you just
Both
spent
times.
$800 at the
Yeah,
merchandise.
Correct. I needed a McDonald's McDouble. I didn't
$100.
need a $90 steak
Back when a McDouble came with 2 slices of cheese.
Yeah,
and that one.
yeah.
Burned his tax
for
refund
those
up.
commie bastards took over McDonald's and took my slice of cheese away.
Now you got to get the actual double cheeseburger if you want 2 slices of
Yeah,
cheese.
it's $1.99.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But
Wendy's
I'm gonna
double
tell you-
stacks way better.
when you walk through the par 3 course, it's like tees and greens inside of a botanical garden. It's better than any garden I've ever been to.
Better than most.
Arboretum, it's unreal.
Better than most.
See, no, and I wouldn't know this, but is the par 3 open to walk outside of Wednesday or no? I don't think it is. I don't know if it is.
It's just to the side of 10T. Yeah, it is because we walked it.
Okay.
I walked it the Monday I was there.
We didn't go walk it.
Yeah.
So I shared that article with you a couple days ago. Green number 38. Are you
Right.
familiar with that? Like, what's the back?
So,
I'm not. It's the
there's-
first time I've ever seen anything on
There's
it.
a spot over by number 5 green.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I didn't read the article you sent me, but I know there's a spot over by 5 green that if you're in the fairway looking at the green, it's off to the right, kind of off property. And there's like 3 or 4 replica greens of holes out at Augusta, and it's for VIPs. It's like $10,000 person. So you can go there and have lunch and drink all day, blah, 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 and then you can putt on these 4 replica greens. And they're real grass. They're not AstroTurf greens, so
This is one that
you're
is.
average goat with a lot of coin.
It's behind hedges near the second tee box.
Okay?
So, it's literally a green that is by buildings and in like a parking lot.
Yeah.
And they said that it's just it's spectacular. The green is like
I've tried to
even
get-
better than all the greens out there, as good as they are.
I've tried to get Pappy to come do that in the backyard anymore. Says it's not worth it.
That's not exactly what I said. I said I would do AstroTurf, not real.
But I guess they use it too for like testing different things and trying stuff like that. So
I don't know. I was proposed with putting in a putting green in the backyard, and I just felt like it only in the winter. In the summer, I'm going to be at the golf course. So what's the point in practicing in a putting green in the winter? I'm not going to be able to use it because it's going to be cold or have snow on it.
Yeah, I think
does that
you-
make sense? Does that logic make
No,
sense?
you live close enough to the club to get over there on your golf cart. You're talking a 5-minute ride. Like, I think someday I'll probably do something in my backyard
Yeah.
because it's a 12-minute ride to 15-minute ride. But you can chip, you can putt, you can do stuff at night. You know, kids
night
would probably be
putting.
out there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better for your kids to be practicing back there rather than going and stuff like that. It gets. I mean, I don't know how many of those interviews they did with the drive, chip, and putt kids, and they had synthetic
Something
green in their
at home.
backyard. Yeah,
how
doing it.
familiar are you with the sub-air system there at Augusta? Like, how much you know about that?
Okay, I've never used one.
Yeah.
So theirs is you literally go to a room and flip a switch and it's ran there. There's other systems out there where the sub air is underneath the green, and like to the side of the green somewhere will be like
There's
a
a
valve
bar.
box, and you
Flip it on.
you trailer these things. You hook it up and it's like a big
Sucks it.
vacuum.
Gotcha.
They have one at Camden Yards out in Baltimore, the baseball field. We were there. It was a 45-minute shower. You couldn't see across the stadium. It poured. They flipped the switch. They were playing within 30 minutes.
We saw something similar, not like that, but at Wrigley opening day maybe, they're taking some device out there and basically injecting it and then sucking moisture out of the
I
turf.
think they're just shooting air.
Yeah, they
It's like an airification, but they're
Okay.
not pulling a core, and it's not a solid tine. It's
Okay.
these little things, and what they do is they're
That's
pretty much
interesting.
they're blasting the soil compaction, so there's more room for the roots
Yeah.
to develop and move
Okay.
freely.
Yeah,
Well,
was
no,
that-
this was
this was
when it was raining.
it rained heavily.
They were like almost punching a hole for like water off the top to go like into.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing.
It was
They
a
weren't
weird
pulling.
device.
It didn't seem like they were pulling.
Might have
it.
been like a portable sub air.
Yeah.
Could have been something like that.
But the one down in Augusta, so that's bent grass greens. Bent grass
Yeah.
greens that far south usually don't happen, and they're able to back blow,
yeah.
so they can cool them at
Yeah.
like an air conditioning system.
No, it's if you've never read an article or looked at it, it is worth checking out and watching the little video on how it works because it's really incredible.
For sure. So
And they can control obviously the firmness of the greens as well through that. They
Well, that's what
through
everybody's.
this whole thing.
yeah, I mean, Mother Nature.
To a
Mother
degree,
Nature really
right?
wants to screw with you. She will.
Yeah.
I mean, if they dump 4 inches on there, you could throw
Yeah.
on the sub air, but it's still going to take you some time to get it.
Which they're calling for some rain, I think, in the next few days.
I was looking at the Saturday is the worst day. It's 54% chance.
So like
You-
a quarter inch.
you
That's
got a
like
40
it is here.
That's that whole negative mentality. That's old man mentality. You got a 46% chance of no rain.
Yeah.
So you know, be a half glass full kind of guy, Joel. All right.
Yeah,
Come
99%
on now,
chance
lighten
of
up over there.
surviving COVID. Come on. Too soon?
Can't get out to the course until 9 a.m.
Mic drop. Thank God for that mic stand. Otherwise, it'd be rolling around the floor right now.
So the next big question on Augusta is, how much would you pay to play there?
All the money in the world.
Okay.
That's a hard one for
There
me.
was
I don't know.
There was a poll question like 5 years ago, and it was like, would you not have sex for a whole year to be able to play at Augusta. Could you do it?
Well, yeah, the more recent.
Absolutely not.
No. The more recent one was obviously, would you play Augusta by yourself or around with Tiger at your local
Of course.
uni?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah,
would
you
pick?
shared it, right?
Yeah, I shared it. And,
You know what? I would take. I didn't respond to that.
no, I know.
I would go golf with Tiger at my club
No.
because I would feel like if I'm going to play Augusta, I would like to play Augusta with other people with me because you're going
He
to hit
doesn't know.
You're going to hit a great shot.
I feel like a jerk
and
saying
look
it.
around and be like, "Oh yeah, that was a cool shot."
No,
and then
you're
you're going to
not.
go tell somebody, "Oh, I
We're gonna have
you
a
know,
caddy.
I eagled whatever," and they're gonna be like, "You were the only one." No, you didn't. It's like I caught the biggest fish.
You have no.
I don't know. I'd go golf with Tiger.
You could walk the most boring hole out there. One. You could walk one, and you would change your mind.
One's still pretty I mean, it's still pretty cool.
Oh, it is absolutely.
This body's not made for walking 18 holes. I'm kidding. But I don't know. I think I would go.
Well, we're
Golf
getting
with
back to
Tiger.
the main question. I know that was just a post I put out there last week or 2 weeks ago, but what would you pay to play Augusta? What would be your number?
I don't know. Don't they say that if you're going to get the opportunity to play, you got to make like a large donation to a charity or something like that? Isn't that how it goes?
Don't know.
If you're playing with a member, I think you're like, all right, you got to make a nice, sizable donation.
Well, my
But
assumption
it's
would,
usually 10,000 or more, right? To get yourself out there.
I don't know.
10,000.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
At a zero.
More than that now.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. More
I
than
mean, I
10.
heard it used to be 10, and then it had floated up to more like the 25.
They said no to
range.
Bill Gates.
25 range.
I don't think it's about the money.
I think it's about the person. They
I
don't
do
want,
too.
They don't want Bill Gates out there. Come on.
I think it's more about the. I don't think it's about the money. I think it's more about. It's almost like when you go to like sign up for a school and you go to admissions and they want to know your extra. They want to know about the person. I agree with that. I don't think it's about making a donation at all. They got IBM and Coca-Cola in their back pocket.
No, I know. I just had always heard that. It's that
Yeah.
they want you to make a donation to a charity.
Okay, well, I can't do that, but
And then
I'll wash your clubs for you when I get done.
Yeah.
That's a donation, right?
can I work in the kitchen?
Right. I would literally. There's not much I wouldn't do to get around there. I'll be honest.
But here,
I'll be honest.
throwing it out
but,
there.
but
Yeah.
here's the question: is okay? You're saying any amount necessary or whatever amount it is feasible. What amount would you pay?
He's cash out refi, and he's going right now.
We just second mortgage.
I would do that.
Cash out
not
refi. He's going to
kidding.
play right now.
I'm not kidding. I would do a double mortgage on the house,
Yeah,
and
Cut
I
it.
don't know.
Cut it in half and then double it.
I guess I always said like 10 to 15, but now you're saying there's a donation. I might be at 0.
Well, it's the same. It's the same thing. I don't think you pay the club.
You're just
When you're-
paying, you're just
because
paying
I
the
don't think when
donation.
you're going to play, you're a guest of a member, right? You have to be out there with a member, from what I understand. And they're not. Augusta's not charging a fucking membership fee, or not a member, but they're not charging a guest fee to that person
True.
how do you know?
because that's
Maybe
you can
they're-
go read, try
maybe
to
they're
search
charging
and
them-
find.
maybe they're charging
not.
the
I'm
member.
pretty certain. Don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty certain they're not charging a fee for that. They already pay a fortune to be a member there anyway,
Are you sure about
and
that?
they get limited rounds.
I don't even know if they pay that much.
I think they do.
No, I don't think so.
Let's look it up.
Okay, Condoleezza Rice, Secretary of State. How did
These
she
are
has that
also
kind of
probably
money?
unknown things.
Why? Because she's on. They put her on a couple of boards when she got out of office.
Of course, she's got that much money.
I don't know, man. There's,
We're not going to be able to
Politician.
Find these,
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to get these details.
I'm going to ask a
anyways.
different question. This is just making me angry. You're making it like I'm never going to get out there. Don't take that dream from me, Michael.
Well, what was cool on the Golf Channel when JT was doing his interview, they asked him about the first time that he played there and what his experience was, what his thoughts were, and it was with the Knox guy because I think the Knox guy's son was on the team on Justin Thomas's team
Okay.
in college, I believe, the way I was understanding it, and so JT was like, it was just I didn't really play golf. I was just out there walking the course and just in awe.
All right,
Right.
a quick search proved me slightly wrong. Roughly $40,000 initiation fee with $10,000 in annuals.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but
Not for a course of that
you're
stature.
not getting in there.
But-
That's the problem.
You're not on the list, right? And then you're also going to be told you can play
6
X amount
rounds
of
a year.
times.
Okay, so would you pay the 40 and the 10? Would you pay 50,000 to play there one time? Sign me up. Can I get 3 days back to back to back? I'll give them 150,000 to play 3 rounds there. Absolutely. Here's the caveat. I want my last round to be the Sunday before the Masters.
I'll answer
when all
this
the pros
question.
are out there, when Bubba's out there with his wife.
Yeah, I saw that too.
If they said you could play there one time on any day, it would be that Sunday because it's a who's who out there. I think it would be cool as hell.
Yeah.
I'll answer the question, how much would I pay, after I'm there for the first time when this show blows up and we're out there in the average goat swag and I'm watching golf there.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'll answer how much then.
Okay, next question. You're only allowed to play one hole at Augusta National. What is the hole? I'm going to go with number 13, called Azalea. I think
Yeah.
that risk-reward par 5 and
That's a cool
you know,
hole.
the tributary to Rays Creek, and there's over 1,300 azalea plants on that hole.
That seems like a lot.
It is.
13 is pretty cool. I think 12 would be a lot of fun, and most people would probably go with 12. I don't know. It's a tough one because there's so many good golf holes.
I feel like I wouldn't want to play. I wouldn't want to play a par 3
Because you only get one
because you only get one, or
full
2
whack
shots.
at it. Well, not necessarily. What did Tiger make there last year?
I don't know. On 17 or on 16?
12.
Oh, he made a 12.
Oh, 12. He made a 12.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're getting more than
He went from being almost.
Man, my one hole there. I hope I don't do that.
that. Yeah. I played a Nicklaus course
15
several
would be
years
cool.
ago. I forget where it was.
The one in Asheville.
I don't think it was Asheville. I think it was somewhere. It was a Ritz Carlton down. What's that lake outside of Atlanta?
Like George.
No, I don't.
So would they have some replica holes out there?
One of the holes was a replica of 13, but it played as a par 4, so it's not the full thing. But the shape of the hole was the same. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. and
Even
if
though
my-
I made it-
If my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle. That's
made-
not close enough.
I made a hell of a par, by the way, just to stay on that. A hell of a par after topping a
Actually, a
three
birdie.
iron.
You made a birdie.
He tr-
You made 4.
I didn't even clear the first creek with I topped a 3 iron, I think, over here, and then hit it on the green and made a putt.
Pappy and the chemical guy must have been huffing or sniffing some stuff at their meeting.
Manganese, nitrogen. You don't even know what we're talking about.
I think I would go with 18.
Okay, yeah.
I'd want to hit that tee shot, and
I'd throw 16 out there too with the Sunday pin
I
to
think
maybe get a hole in one.
16 would be a fun hole to play.
you only get 2 shots if you only got one.
How
hole.
about what hole is that? Is that 2 or 3 with that?
2's the drivable par 4.
Tiny,
No,
yeah,
3
no,
is.
3 is.
3 is.
3, yeah, with that little sliver over there. That would be kind of cool. Don't miss it long, but
Yeah.
it'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna guarantee you right now,
13.
you'll easily pay 150,000 for 3 rounds.
8 would be cool too. That playing that uphill par 5, seeing how you could hit that shot in there on the second one.
A lot of them will be cool.
So there's there's one in Myrtle Beach. It's called Tour 18. It's all replica holes. I've never played it. My dad played it with my uncle. They said the Augusta holes were pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I played one. It's in Maryland. It's called Renditions, and every hole is a famous hole. And they had 11, 12, and 13, and they were pretty solid. 11 was like scary how identical it was.
Really?
12 was pretty good. And by the time now, because I played that probably 12, 15 years ago, 13, they had planted the bunch of the trees on the other side of the creek. They're probably grown up enough now and mature enough to where it actually looks like it. So if you're ever out in that area, Upper Marlboro, Maryland, it's called Renditions.
go
They
next
definitely
week.
they got Sawgrass 17 there too.
Yeah.
They got some good
That's
replica
cool.
holes there. So, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the only course that I think I've really ever played that had like a lot of those replica holes was, but it's all British Open stuff. The Royal Links out in Vegas.
I heard that's pretty cool.
It's fun. I play well there, so I like it. But yeah,
I played 4 rounds there, but
last round there I clipped our old pro Mike Liming. No big deal.
Whoa! What'd you do? Hit him or
No.
shank
I
him?
just had a bad putting day or driving day or something.
Oh, you beat him.
Yeah.
Oh, when you said clipped him, I thought you hit him.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
So, as we get towards the end of the show here, real quick, what is your favorite Masters of all time? You only get one pick. Don't start throwing 6 or 7 choices out there, Michael. You get one Masters. That's your favorite, and that's the only, Masters highlight rerun you get to watch the rest of your life. Which one would it be?
Why do I have to go first?
Okay, Joel.
I would say probably the 2005. Is that the Tiger DeMarco one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the chip. The chip on 16.
I'd have to say that.
The chip hurled around the world.
Um,
Oh my.
you know, you're saying I got to choose one, which is tough. I may go, as much as I really liked last year's fall situation, even though there was no fans and stuff, only because I am a DJ fan, and it was just his ball control the whole week was pretty spectacular. The Tiger 2019, I think, is pretty special just because, you know, he's pretty much written off, comes back to just stay in control and do that, and then to see, you know, him with the son afterward and all that, it was just pretty cool. So
I'd agree with that. And the hug with the son, and then they show
Yeah.
the picture of the hug with his dad
yeah,
back in '97.
yeah, all of that, and then like, you know, just him getting that next major, even though who knows what the future looks like with him, was pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. That one's pretty good. I wonder what that would have done because they had to move it up with the rain and go
Yeah.
threesomes. I wonder if that plays out the same and he's in the second to last group or third to last group, what that would have done ratings wise and how that would have same outcome happens. He comes back and wins it. I think we kind of got cheated with the rain and how
Yeah.
that broadcast went down.
For
'Cause
sure.
it was early morning, right? They went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went early. It was like 9:30. The last group went off. It was
Mhm.
kind of wrapped up by 1:00.
Francesco.
CBS
Francesco.
just ended up playing it back to back then again.
Yeah.
Francesco.
What about you, Pappy?
My favorite Masters is the first one I remember watching, which
Okay.
is Ben Crenshaw's second win. His longtime teacher died that week, Harvey Penick. So you had him and Tom Kite flying back for the funeral
Yeah.
and flying back to Augusta. He had no game to speak of to going in there, and if you saw it in a movie, you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, I
And-
think he talked about that quite a bit on his farewell tour, didn't he? That I think they interviewed him, and he was talking about that year,
Yeah.
and he was almost not going to play, and
Yeah, and I've read a couple of the Harvey Penick books. I'm a big fan. I think he makes stuff a lot simpler, and some of his stories are really good in those books. Harvey Penick Little Green Book is actually
Alright.
my favorite out of everything. So if you're ever looking for a golf book to read, but the Masters has a way of it was said on the other day. The Masters picks its winner. You know, it's not someone goes out and wins. It's like I said, Tiger wins when Jack retires. Spieth wins when Crenshaw retires.
Yeah.
It's just it has a way of almost being like storybook all the time. The year Sergio won,
yeah,
that was crazy.
Him and Justin.
You know, we
He
had
loses
a-
the lead. He's across the creek on 13. He never plays smart and lays up like that. He plays for a unbelievable par three or for a par, and Rose 3 putts for a par
yeah.
or birdie. You know, he ends up birdieing, but he doesn't pull away from him drastically. It wasn't a big number.
We had a gentleman on our Facebook page that was giving us guys a hard time for spending so much time watching golf on TV. I don't
Are
understand.
you talking about a guy who has a profile picture of him naked in a tub?
I could be. I don't recall if I clicked on the profile picture or not. But Mr. Stokes didn't think that we spent our time wisely. But
Invalids.
how? Yeah, that's
Even though
that's
he spelled it invalids.
that's the word. How you couldn't just love the Masters, especially if you're into golf. How the Masters is so special. Just watching all the coverage even before the tournament even starts. Watching these guys practice on that beautiful range. The par 3 tournament typically, right? You're glued to the TV when it's on. You have so many different options. It's usually on the TV. You got another device or another screen with all the whole, stuff. It's just spectacular.
What I find cool is like YouTube TV is the one we use for our TV service, and for the NCAA, you'd think, oh, they'll probably come out with like a picture-in-picture, multiple screens, be able to watch. Nope. Masters last year, guess what? Or 2 years ago, guess what? They had picture-in-picture. You could watch like 3 or 4 of the holes at one time. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think you can watch pretty much whoever you want to at the Masters and damn near every shot.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me is the whole week that it's morphed into now with the women's amateur and the drive, chip, and putt. And on a normal year, you have the par 3 where you tip your cap to your history with the older guys being out there and
Yeah.
the guys bringing their families out there making that event, and then the actual tournament, and the tournament doesn't start till the back nine on Sunday. The whole thing it's morphed into, and it's the only major that's played at the same place. So even we've never played it. Not making fun. You've never been there, unfortunately, yet.
Yeah, bring it up.
But you feel like you know the place almost as much as your own home club, right? Or
Yeah.
your own muni that you always go to. It's something about that in this sport. You don't get that anywhere else.
Yeah.
You really.
I think it's my favorite major because it's always played at the same. I think that's spectacular. That year in, year out, same golf course, incredible golf course,
Right.
and yet guys still
It's an
they can have
incredible golf course.
they can they have all the knowledge possible in these books and still can go out there and struggle on this place. You know what I mean? It's really awesome.
No, absolutely.
It's gonna be beautiful.
it's gonna be the best thing ever. Don't stare at my toupee flapping in the wind. But if you're a baseball fan, yeah, it'd be cool to go play in Yankee Stadium. But baseball doesn't go to Yankee Stadium for the World Series every year. Football's not at Cowboy Stadium every
Yeah.
year or MetLife. You know what I mean? It's just it is the sports mecca to me. It
Yeah.
really is. It's bigger than the day. It's the biggest event of the year.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean you're pumped up.
Joel gives
Masters
thumbs
week.
up for the Masters.
You know how
it
many-
makes me want to go play golf, but I don't want to go play golf because I'm going to miss Masters.
Right.
They had the ticker
Yeah.
on. The Masters is so many weeks away, and then you're leading up, and then Monday rolls around, or after late Sunday, and it's like, all right, it's Masters week, right? It's all golf this week,
Right.
So
And it was cool last year with the pandemic and everything to get a Masters in November and kind
Yeah.
of see it in the fall. Never want to see it again. I
yeah.
want to see the azaleas and the dogwoods and a firmer golf course because 20 under shouldn't happen there. It's
No.
not that easy of a course. So
yeah,
I think intentionally you heard some of the tweaks they're doing to the golf course. You heard
I think you'll see some strong course setups.
it is going to be it's
Yeah.
going to be firm. The Sunday traditional stuff's going to be there for the most part, I think, but the first 3 days leading up to that, and they talked about they don't usually have that much rough there, but some of the rough areas that they've had the last couple of years, which is like 2 inches, they're actually kind of trimming it down so these balls are rolling out into the pines and the pine straw more to get them out there. I think it's going to be one that people remember for a very long time. I think something's going to happen this weekend. It's kind of insane.
awesome. Yeah, they've been talking the last couple of days about how beautiful the golf course, the condition is right now, how difficult.
I think Jordan was saying last week that he was there like 3 weeks prior or something like that, and he's never seen it in as good a condition as it is currently.
Yeah, I mean, the guys have been saying every night, like, the greens are never this firm. This is usually Friday afternoon, Sunday morning firm.
Yeah.
And they're already like this on Monday and
Yeah.
Tuesday. I wonder what it's going to be. So, kind of crazy. And, Michael, what you were thinking is 1970, Billy Casper won the Masters. I saw you grinding the gears there. Yeah, a little nod to the man. Very underrated golfer of all time, Billy Casper, 1970.
I was searching for that upstairs. Yeah.
So we were talking earlier about Tiger Woods. He came out, he was doing 83, 84 miles an hour in a 45 and didn't really slow down and all that speeding to lead to the accident. But Joel, go ahead and tell everybody what you're talking about, the Rory clip talking with Tiger when he visited him.
Oh, yeah. Roy was saying in his news conference yesterday, I think is when it was, that everybody probably watched it, but that he was at Tiger's house visiting with him, seeing how he was doing. And he asked Tiger, he said, "Where's all your other trophies?" And Tiger basically says, "I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know."
I don't know.
And Roy's like,
I
"What
don't
do you
know.
What do you mean you don't know?" He's like, "I don't know. My mom's
I
got
don't
some,
know.
my
I
mom's
don't
got
know."
some. There's some of them at my office, And the biggest thing in the news article that I read about the whole story, adding to it, was that it was basically a big old goat comment, like a big old goat move that I don't care where my other 80 some odd trophies are.
Right.
I only cared about 15 of them.
Let Jordan and Tom Brady talk about their 6 rings. I got 15 right here on the wall.
Yeah.
So think about that, though. 15, and he's won 83, so 15 off 83. Mike, you're a numbers guy. That's well, what do we have left?
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was
Okay.
thinking about
68. Where are the other
does
68 trophies?
Does he have
Where are the 5
the
Western
trophy
Opens?
from last year's PNC victory? Didn't him and Charlie win it or no?
No.
No, they ended up
for some
losing.
reason, yeah. I was thinking that one's
Where he
probably
hurt his
somewhere,
back.
but yeah, yeah.
But that,
Started the spiral.
I think it was a little eye-opening for Rory to kind of hear that. And I think Rory spoke to it in his news conference he just took a step back and he's like, he just basically circled four weeks out of the year on his calendar that were the most important, and everything else kind of just falls into place when you take care of those other 4 weeks.
Yeah, Rory kind of made it sound like the other weeks are,
Two
they're
enough
not-
weeks?
Cakewalk. Cakewalk is, I think, the term that he used. To be
Yeah, but I
honest.
think he was saying.
I don't think he meant it
stresses
that
out
way.
about those 4 weeks. The other ones are kind of like, oh, I'm just playing golf now again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, seriously though, where are the other 68 trophies? How many Bay Hills?
Well, that's
and
not even like
the
that's
World
like
Golf
official.
Championships.
That's official tournaments. Like he's won a zillion other times. You know, on amateur stuff and all kinds of.
Where
victories.
is
Where are
three
they?
U.S. amateurs?
You know,
Makes you wonder if he's got like an.
He won every year he played in the Junior Optimist International
he's
Championship.
probably got
like,
you know, just a huge storage.
Well, that's what I was gonna
facility
say. You know,
somewhere,
like
and he's got
like
all this
Arnold.
stuff, right?
yep, we need to hit that storage
No
force up. What's this
You
box?
think it's-
Comic books? No, it's a World Golf Championship won by Tiger Woods.
Carl's camping equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's easier to get trophies
that?
out of his storage shop or sand from Augusta?
It's easier to get the trophies, I think.
Yeah, where are they? I mean, I don't know.
I can't believe he doesn't at least say like my foundation. We put him up in the foundation so the kids can see him and be closer to him.
You
and,
know what?
the
He's
school he
always
built.
he's always trying to goat these guys. I mean, JT talks about that all the time. He's always ribbing these guys. He's probably basically saying, Rory, the rest of the trophies don't fucking matter, right? Here's the 15 that matter.
Correct. That is exactly what he's saying.
So focus on those yourself, Rory. When you can start, you know, when's the last time Rory won a major? I think the Golf Channel was talking about that earlier.
13, 14.
It's been a long time.
Correct, but where are the other 60-some trophies?
I just don't think he. I think he's got a big old storage unit. And
So
you know
you're-
what we didn't talk about, Masters, we're probably wrapping up soon, but is Brooksy's here. We didn't
Is
even
he?
talk about Brooksy playing.
is he?
Huh.
Is he there?
I don't know about that.
Did you see his
He
putting?
can't bend over.
Did you see his
I
putting
saw that.
routine?
He said I'm not going to be able to take a look.
It's a new.
I think
new take on
I
Camilo
think though
Villegas'.
Brooksy was he. You talk about
He might not
Bubba.
play earlier and get some dew on that hand.
You talk about Bubba not taking the criticism well, and Brooksy's like chip on a shoulder type of guy. I think he's got something. He feels like he's got something to prove.
Mr.
Showing up here and
Mr.
tired of people talking this and that. So
Brooks?
Brooksy.
No, you're already grinning. You're already setting us up. What? He needs to win before he gets married because he just got engaged? Is that where you're going with
No.
this?
You
He
got,
might be relieved though that that's out of the way. He's gonna play great.
you got Brooks missing the cut.
I think Brooksy
got-
beats Bryson this week.
DeChambeau missing the cut. Who
Brooks.
else did I say?
DeChambeau.
Who else did you pick? You picked Bubba. Did I say Bubba?
No, you didn't say Bubba. Who was the other one? We'll rewind it back later and look at it. But
Check the tape.
Yeah, check the tape.
It's gonna be.
But Tiger's accident, he allowed them to release the.
Allowed him.
Yeah, they had.
they were
to get
holding
his,
it. I don't know for what reason.
They had to get his permission. They said they couldn't release this
I know, without his
info without his
permission.
permission.
I know.
He in the article they
They
said.
probably made him say they weren't going to press charges and they let him release it.
well,
That
there
could
was
be it.
nothing they were going to press charges on.
Reckless driving.
They could have.
Gets
They
a
could have
citation.
charged him after the fact.
Not that much over. Once you're 20 miles and over, it's like a felony, isn't it?
It would depend probably where you are.
It's California. I'm pretty sure the rules are tough out there.
I don't know. Phil says they're pretty.
California Penal League.
Phil's leaving California to go to Florida to save tax money.
Yeah.
He's a senior citizen now for sure. He's worried about those extra nickels.
But yeah, apparently he had to give permission to release it. But yeah,
Well, interesting.
It's hard to.
That is like super.
It's hard to
fast, though.
fathom that he's came out of that with the injuries he got based off that speed.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to the TV coverage this week, and I think social media is going to be, we're going to be pretty hot and heavy on it the next 4 days following this tournament for sure, and we hope you guys join in and chime in with your pick or show us if you're doing the hole-by-hole betting, which I'm going to be dabbling in on this tournament, and how you're doing. Send us some screenshots and some money that you're winning.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can't go live one day too, right? Are we still gonna try to do that?
Well, that was
Maybe.
going to be today with the par 3, but maybe, yeah, we could talk about that.
Get that? That'd be fun.
For sure. But I got to get it back to the kitchen and start mixing this cheese and pimento mix for my sandwiches this weekend. Guys, any final thoughts?
No, just excited to watch golf. Really,
Yeah.
this is the one tournament that I pretty much watched all 4 days, all 4 rounds, start to finish. You know,
Do you find yourself watching the replay then on at night too?
I do.
I do.
I'll
I
turn
do.
to the Golf Channel. I'll listen to everything and then watch some more coverage. Yeah,
This is like one of the weeks a year where, usually every major week, but this one especially, where, you know, the wife says we can't watch golf tonight, or while we're laying in bed or getting ready for
Yeah.
bed, and it's like, no, sorry. And she kind of knows, like,
Yep.
you're going to get to watch.
Well, we put the contract out for him.
Yeah,
Put the
yeah.
contract out at Average Goats, and go to our Facebook and download that contract and show it to your significant others and
Put some
your
signature
roommates.
lines on
Just
there.
Make sure. Well, no, it says it right there. You read it. It's an acknowledgement.
Yep.
It's all good.
This is the one time of year too that I'll actually listen to Brandel Chambly talk on the Golf Channel, you know, because you just want to watch
Humasaurus.
master stuff, right?
Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
This was fun, and we'll check in next week and see who is the new wearer of the green jacket.
Thanks, Pappy.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.